Over these past few months, I have worked on a variety of art projects, and today I will be sharing them. First up, my spin on a Monopoly board. Back in January, I was really into Among Us and thought it would be a cool idea to make an Among Us themed Monopoly board. Each side of the board game correlates with different maps, that being Scaled, Mirror HQ, Polis, and Airship. The properties' new names are based off the rooms that are in each of the maps. For example, Polis has a room called Specimen, so in that Polis section, I'd have a property called Specimen. Some other things I changed to fit the theme were that the railroads would now be vents, utilities would be inspired by the sabotages, and the pickup cards will include lingo such as venting, sus, crewmate, imposter, and eject. I'm also considering adding roles to the game like crewmate and imposter to make the experience more interesting. For the character tokens, I wanted to base them off my favorite Among Us gamers like Sykkuno, 5UP, and Disguised Toast, and possibly making 3D models of the characters and print them out on my school's 3D printer, or just sculpting them from clay, something along those lines. With this project, I got as far as making the outline of the Monopoly board, but have put it on the shelf because of another project I took on. Angsty Potatoes is a top-down PvP game my good friend Zach and I made, where quite literally everything is based on potatoes. It was a game thought of on the fly, and we decided to make this game for the meme, plus as a learning experience. He learned some coding, and I learned how to make pixel art and animations. Even though this game is still unfinished, I do have a video about it, which I will put in the description, which goes more in depth about our challenges and some critique I have about the game at that point. Spirit of the Moose was the second game we made together, but this one was for a contest. By the time we started this project, we had a week and a half to do it, and I think our biggest struggle was with time. We also didn't really have much of a backstory to it, I guess. We just made something up to go along the lines of the moose transforming from a ghost in the city to a lively creature in nature, like reconciliation, things like that. I don't know what the hell was going on, and it was just a complete mess. A much bigger problem we had after submitting the game was that the audio was copyrighted, and I only figured that out after posting a critique video on it. This kid sent the wrong audio file, so kind of unfortunate, but Zach uploaded a second version of the game, which is revised with a better end animation, and I believe might have different or might have no music. This game had potential to be more of a chill, nostalgic kind of game, not really much of a story, just some more of like a walkthrough kind of game, and I'd like to revisit one day. The latest game we are collaborating on with a few other people is called Titan Tantrum. Titan Tantrum is a 2-player PvP game Zach thought of after the previous game he made, more or less a revision of his game Little Monsters. In this game, I am kicking it up a notch by doing digital art like this, rather than the typical pixel art animations I've done so far. Currently, we are in the experimenting phase of this project, trying out different art styles with our characters, and hopefully soon attempt animations. Another thing I'm interested in, though, is custom Minecraft skins. I have been making Minecraft skins here and there since around last June. I had a desire to make something more custom and more personalized, and develop that desire into Minecraft skins. But within the duration of this class, I made 3 fan art skins in total, all from the same series called Hunter x Hunter. I never finished watching the series, but I really admired the designs and uniqueness of the characters, thus me challenging myself to make them into Minecraft skins. First, I made Hisoka. He is not a character I personally favor all that much, but I really like his design. I mainly struggled with the hair, trying to get that slick back style, but I solved the issue by color coding sections that would later be turned into gradients, and overall it turned out really beautiful. The second skin I made was Killua Zoldyck. The hair was a bit of a struggle, but it turned out in the end, but that's pretty much the only thing I like about it. The rest of the clothes are a bit too simple, and I'd like to add a bit more shading and definition in there. And then lastly, I made Illumi Zoldyck, which is Killua's older brother. I didn't really have many challenges with this one. He has a similar silhouette to Hisoka, so it was easy to replicate that. The next project I have up my sleeve is a different, more traditional type of medium, sewing. I was really inspired by Pine Needle T's work for a long time, and I finally decided to make a doll of my own. So I purchased her pattern and brainstormed who I wanted to make first. I had a few that I wanted to do, such as Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon series, 5UP and Corpse, who are both YouTubers, and finally Coraline. I even held a poll on my Instagram wondering who my followers wanted to see first, and they chose Coraline. I have a whole video documenting my process that shows a lot of my struggles and failures whilst experimenting with this project, and the link will be in the description. Here are a few projects that I don't really have a full explanation for, but just wanted to mention briefly. First being the guitar project I started about a year ago. I finally sealed it and it looks pretty good. I'm actually going to send it back to the school so they can put it on display if they'd like, or hide it in a closet, whatever they so choose. It's just something that I wanted to leave behind. I don't know. Next, I have a little pencil crayon illustration I made of a realistic Bill Cipher. If you don't know, he is from an animated series called Gravity Falls and is one of my all-time favorite TV shows. And lastly, I just wanted to show off this animation I made at the beginning of the quadmester, which I am super proud of. I just really like the smooth transition that it displays, and it just looks on point, you know? In my final quadmester, my overarching goal was to start making YouTube videos and documenting my artistic endeavors. Though I haven't made a lot of videos, I've quickly realized that when making videos, editing is 90% of that process. When it comes to art, I have grown a lot. From what I was in grade 9 to what I'm doing now is pretty bizarre. And that's all thanks to the friends I've made along the way. Some of them, and having an awesome teacher alongside that. But now it's time to pack up my pencil case and move on with life.